Hi and welcome to a dark step thing. Today I want to tell you how I roll and how I don't get stuck in an 8-bar loop. And that's by working in session view right from the beginning and sticking to that for quite a while. So let me set up the limiter first. And these are the 3 building blocks that I'm starting my project with. It's a preset drum rack which has quite a lot of sounds and hits, and I extracted the melody pads for that. So that's my melody, and I've got the basic drum beat which I programmed beforehand. Right now I'm just working in the arrangement view to cut the top loop a little bit. But apart from that, I will just be working in session view. So right now I'm doing automations and adding new instruments. And that's the beauty of it. You don't get too bogged down in sound design, he says, whilst using raw to kind of enhance and saturate that bass. But yeah, basically the idea is to move really quickly and add loads of stuff and throw stuff away as well. Chuck it out again if it doesn't fit. So right now I'm resampling the blown up beat because I like that sound and I might want to use it at some other point. And now for some weird frequency shifting stuff going on with vocoder and the beat. So I'm trying to build clips and 8-bar clips or 16-bar clips with different themes or reoccurring themes, obviously sticking hopefully to one scale or one mood. Yeah, here I'm adding just some hits, sort of ghost notes, and trying to find sounds like this hi-hat loop. So I'm just adding that as well, and that's going to be the basis for my track. I'm gonna rearrange all the clips roughly right from the get-go and have some sort of intro. And I'll keep playing the different parts and obviously soloing stuff as well, copying, pasting themes or MIDI from one track or instrument to another, trying that out, what does it sound like. And I find a lot of cool sounds and themes and stuff that works together by chance. Actually, most of my favorite sounds or sounds that go together I found by just accidentally having 2 clips playing at the same time that I would have not arranged in such a way, so to speak, in arrangement view. I'm still tweaking stuff and coming up with sounds and instruments. Found some strings and I hadn't thought about some sort of transition, but it turns out that, the string sound here fits, in my opinion, quite well as some sort of transition instrument. So I find it easier to work in arrangement view with the audio. So right here I added a return. I'm working on some atmospheric sounds and sending them to the return channel to create a wash and come up with some sort of textures and feelings, incorporating, adding some weird break beat. But you see, I stay in session view as long as I can, to give myself the ability to come up with loads of different themes and sounds, whether they fit or not. You know, sometimes it actually doesn't matter, you will find out in arrangement view. Just still creating, programming a new beat in, or a different beat. Sticking to the main theme though, hopefully. Previewing or pre-hearing sounds. I like that, so I'm going to use that. And yeah, you can see, you know, just creating, tweaking the sounds, using raw, saturating, maybe some automations here and there for the clips. And once I'm done, I've got some sort of arrangement which I can do just by eye, because I know at the beginning I want some sort of build up, or I want to go into the highs and leave the lows out. Yeah, that's the way I do it. Once it gets too much, I just import it. Once it's too confusing, you know, I don't have an overview anymore, and I feel it's time, I just drag everything into arrangement view and I play it back, and I have some sort of arrangement. In this case it's 10 minutes long, obviously far too much material, but that will be shaved down and I can work my way backwards, so to speak. I have too much, I can delete stuff, I can cut stuff like that. I have a bunch of material, loads of stuff, loads of different ideas, and I can start shaving it down. Obviously there are some drawbacks as well. You know, you might have too much. It might be too confusing, but for me it's easier to chuck stuff out. Thanks for watching.